give us kind of an update on where we are with the city's finances and economic development.
I know I feel like after watching for years and years all the state, the State of the Unions, or watching the governor, that you need to start your State of the City by saying the state of the city of Murfreesboro.
There's a lot of major road projects ongoing because of the growing city and the traffic,
Sure.
which is the #1 issue that people do complain about in a growing community. So let's talk about all these projects. And I know the council and you have been sensitive to the need to enhance the roadways and to widen them. And one of them, I think Chris Griffith, our executive director of public infrastructure, came up with, which was Highway 96 going west, which has been a big improvement.
Absolutely. We spend 80% of our borrowings, or really 80% of our capital improvement plans, are all spent on transportation projects. And that's mind-boggling when you start thinking about all that we have going on. So, to the resident that's out there, we know and we want road projects to be improved and for those to progress along. And, last count, I think we had 54 road projects that were going on inside the city of Murfreesboro. But, if I had one wish, or I dream of Jeannie, I had my one wish that I could say for the city of Murfreesboro, it would be to snap your finger and all the road projects be done at one time.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be nice. It would be like a big checklist to say that's off. But, we have a lot of things and people that we partner with on these road projects. You don't really think about. I had a meeting today, as a matter of fact, with a representative of TDOT, Tennessee Department of Transportation. And, just as much as we are vying and lobbying for funds for the city of Murfreesboro, every municipality in the state is doing the exact same thing. But, you think about it, Mike, we've got Highway 96, Highway 99, Highway 231, Jefferson Pike, Thompson Lane, Bradyville Pike, Memorial, Broad, Old Fort Park.
All state routes that are coming through the city.
They're all state routes. And I would tell you, I don't think that there's many cities inside the state of Tennessee that has so many routes coming through, state routes coming through the city. So that, that brings another level of partnership that we're working with. And TDOT's been great to partner with. 96 is a great example where Chris Griffith had an idea of how we can leverage city funds and partner with TDOT to be able to help that process. And so I think you're seeing that's been successful. Highway 99 is slated to be finished this year, which is really phase 2 of 99. So phase 1 was from Cason Lane all the way back to the Highway 99 interchange. Phase 2 is from the Highway 99 interchange back to Old Fort Park. And then phase 3 is going to come next, which is from Cason Lane all the way out to Veterans Parkway.
And the reason why this phase 2 has taken so long, I understand that utilities have been somewhat of an issue there.
Yeah, I mean, when you're widening really a 2-lane, 3-lane road, so two lanes in a center lane, and you're having to relocate all of the underground utilities, that is much easier said than done. And so they have really been working hard on getting that completed, and we all are going to be thankful when it gets completed. But
another big one is the Beasley Road, the connector that connects the roads, and there's a bridge over the Stones River.
Absolutely. One of the things that it's really important to look when you're doing a road project, we can't build new interchanges, and there's only so much improvement that you can do in an interchange. So it's super important that we find different ways for people to get around the city, that they don't have to go through the same intersections that everyone else is going through. And that's what the Beasley Road bridge is going to do. So that's the road that runs from Costco, from Highway 99, all the way back to River Rock. I would argue with you, Mike, not argue, but I think we would agree the worst intersection in the city of Murfreesboro is River Rock and Cason Lane. And, if we could go back 50 years or 40 years and say, hey, we want to redo that, I mean, we would absolutely
A lot of homes really tightly fitted together in that.
For all of those residents that are in that River Rock area, that are in that Cason Lane area, well, if you need to get over to the Highway 99 area, which at some point will go all the way across I-24, you don't have to go back to to the River Rock and 99 intersection, and you don't have to go to Old Fort Parkway. You now have a new access. And so I think that's, and I've said this before, all the easy road projects in Murfreesboro, we've done all those. The road projects now that we're working on are bridges. We're building bridges.
Which are expensive.
Expensive, and it takes time to build those. So I think you're really going to see that this will help that overall area. Look, 7-8 years ago, there were a lot of people who didn't think that the bridge over Broad would be successful, but you wouldn't believe the number of people now who will say, you saved 10 minutes off of my time commuting into the city now, because you don't have to stop at that interchange that intersection that we had.
It's made a big difference.
Yeah, it's made a huge difference.
Another one being done in phases. City engineers are widening as much as they can on both sides, depending on where they can do it on the medical center.
Yes.
And you've already seen some of that work, and there's even more coming. I've seen some little sticks being posted along the roadway, and eventually it's going to, in time, change the intersection at Broad and Medical Center.
Yeah, I think you're seeing now from Thompson Lane to I-24, you're seeing that go from 2 lanes to 3 lanes. That in turn is also going to go with Asbury, the Asbury Lane intersection, which is an intersection that we have worked for years with the property owner there, the Williamson family, to work on improving that intersection. But you're also going to see from Thompson Lane back to Broad Street, Medical Center improve there. So it's an entire overall plan. And the good news is that's a city road. So city roads typically can move a little quicker than your other roads.
And then in the future, some of those we've talked about are happening either started in 2023 into 24 or happening in 2024. But in the future, this whole Cherry Lane
Yes.
thing in 3 phases again is going to really change the northern part of our community.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can believe this, but most residents who are watching this may not even been here 25 years ago or 20 years ago when, we bought the property off of 840 for the Cherry Lane interchange over 20 years ago. Roger Haley was the city manager at the time that we bought that property. And so we've been planning this overall new interchange off of 840 that will also have an intersection off of Broad Street before you get to 840. So all these people who are coming home from Smyrna and Nashville who get off of 840, they don't have to come to the Thompson Lane interchange or intersection. They don't have to come in Broad Street. They can go across 840 and get to the northern side of town without having 24,000 cars a day on Thompson Lane.
Which should relieve some of the traffic coming all the way across Broad.
Absolutely, yes.
Which you see that every night, how much you wonder, like, why are all these people on this side of town having to come to this side? But it's just the way it is.
And that's the only way to get there. So I think you're going to see that happen. We're really starting the right-of-way acquisition. We've got the engineering. We've run into some wetlands issues that the planning staff and our transportation department has really worked on the routing to be able to fix that. So I think with any project that we have going on, I don't want to say this one's a priority more than another one, but something to alleviate traffic on Broad Street, there will not be a better project than Cherry Lane.
So the city's committed to continue to try and enhance.
We are all in, Mike. I mean, we have pushed our chips in on the table. So the city council has really upped the funding on that. We've got right-of-way acquisition. The state is an integral partner on this, so the state's on board. So we're really working hard on it.